Well, Halloween, of course, tomorrow. It also marks the 92nd death anniversary of a famous magician.
Perhaps the most famous magician of all time, right? Did you know Harry Houdini performed his last show in downtown Detroit before dying at a local hospital? 7 Action News reporter Simon Chowdhury is live at the Fifth Wall Escape Room in Ferndale. And Simon, what does an escape room have to do with Harry Houdini?
Well, this particular escape room has everything to do with Harry Houdini. But if you're a big fan of illusionists or you want to be an illusionist, well, this is a good place to start. It's an escape room that's Harry Houdini based and themed. You can see the poster over here. But what does this mean to the city of Detroit? Well, like you mentioned, his last performance was in Detroit, and he ended up dying a few days later on Halloween, making this very, very interesting. Just check out the background on this.
Life wasn't meant to be a bed of roses.
Some say Harry Houdini was the greatest illusionist of all time, but his life was cut short not because of a trick gone tragic. Days before a show in Detroit, he was performing in Montreal when someone asked to punch him in the stomach. Houdini was known to be a strong man with powerful abs.
Legend has it he wasn't ready for the punch, and they hit him pretty good. And on the train ride down after his performance down to Detroit from Montreal, he wasn't feeling too good.
Jeff Horner is an urban planner and calls himself an amateur historian. We met him on Griswold Street near Michigan Avenue in downtown Detroit, where the Garrick Theater once stood. That was the last place Houdini performed before succumbing to injuries related to the punch.
He was supposedly in great pain during the performance, but gave folks their money's worth.
Detroit was roaring in the 1920s. It was the place to be and be seen. Jeff says, so it's no surprise Houdini continued with his last performance. Years before, Houdini performed an underwater escape off the bridge connecting Belle Isle. But after his 1926 performance at the Garrick, Houdini could not recover, dying at Grace Hospital, which stood near where the current DMC Hospital campus is. Jeff says for years to come, people led seances in the hospital room Houdini died in.
The ultimate trick of any illusionist is to come back from the dead.
And Simon, are the owners
And Jeff tells me that... Oh, sorry, Keenan. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Are the owners of the escape room big fans of Houdini, and why did they pick him as a theme?
Well, they are big fans of Houdini, but they're also really big fans of just the history of Detroit. They have this Houdini escape room. This is going to be a permanent fixture, but they're also working on other escape rooms as well. We're going to tell you about that a little bit later, but one of them is a Jimmy Hoffa themed escape room. So if you're looking for something that has a little history and story behind it, then this is definitely the place to be, the Fifth Wall escape rooms. And Keenan, I was just going to add saying that Jeff had told me that the seances, they never ended up channeling Houdini's spirit. So this is one place that we could try, and I'm going to give it a try as we go on this morning. Maybe on TV 20 I'll be able to get out of here safely. We'll see.
Well, have a good time and be careful is all I'd have to say. Thank you so much, Simon, for that report. Talk about, great timing, just in time for Halloween.
All right. All right.